Hey everyone, welcome back. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want more art videos, art tutorials, and make sure to follow me on Teachers Pay Teachers under the name Miss ClipArt and on Redbubble. Okay, to start off, we're going to click your rectangle tool. We're going to make a rectangle whatever size you want. We're then going to go over to the stroke button on your right hand side and we're going to make the border a little bit thicker. To fill in the color, we're going to click the fill tool. It's like a bucket tool. With the right palette, you'll be able to mix colors to get your ideal color. With the mouse tool, we're going to click the bottom left corner. We're then going to press shift right arrow key to move it inwards. And we're going to do the same thing for the right corner, except we're going to press shift left key. If you want rounded edges, click the corner and drag the dot that popped up in the inside corner and drag it inwards. I'm going to use the rectangle tool to make the top of the pot, and then I'm going to end up rounding the edges by dragging the dot inwards again. For the first step to making a shadow, we're going to copy and paste the bottom of the pot. Click your points to delete half of the pot. Then you're going to go up to your point tool and we're going to drag the dots halfway across the pot. While your image is still highlighted, we're going to go over to the stroke button and we're going to click no stroke. I'm going to size it to drag it over top of the pot, and this is going to be our shadow. We're going to make it a darker color so that it resembles a shadow. We're going to drag our shadow as close as possible to our outline. Zoom in really close to make sure all the pixels are aligned. Click your shadow and we're going to go over to the fill button. We're going to make it a slightly darker brown. As you can see, our shadow is over the top of our pot, so we're going to highlight the top of our pot and we're going to double click and then go down to arrange, and in the arrange button you can press to the top. Copy and paste multiple pots to make multiple plants. So we're going to use your curvature tool or connect the dot tool to make a cactus to start off. Just play around with the placement of the points until you have a shape that satisfies you. Use the stroke button to make the thickness of your border, and use the fill button to make it whatever color you want. To move it behind the pot, again we're going to double click or right click and go down to arrange and then click to the back. To make a second cactus, I copied and pasted and then went up to the right hand corner and flipped it. So to add some detail, we're going to make the size of our paintbrush 0.25, and I'm going to change the color to white. You can do a lighter green. Next, I'm going to take my pen tool and I'm going to make the size 0.5, and I'm going to lower the opacity to about 50%. This is just to add a little bit more detail. Just change the opacity to 100% and make the color black and just draw on some spikes. Next, we're going to make a really basic plant. I'm going to make a rounded diamond shape. So this part can be a little confusing, but if you make another dot on the line and then drag it onto another dot that is already on your shape, it will make the corners really sharp, as you can see. Copy and paste, and then we're going to make them green, whatever color green you want, or you can make them any color you prefer. Using the paintbrush with a size 0.25, I'm just going to draw a line down the center to give it some detail. The next image we're going to make is a vine. Just play around with the dots and your points until you get an image that you want. So after you have filled in your vines with color, I'm just going to copy and paste the previous leaves that we made. I'm going to lower the border to a size of 2. Copy and paste your leaves and just rotate them into the position that you would like. Just like the previous plant, we're going to use the paintbrush tool to add some lines across the leaves. Our final plant is going to be a mini shrub. Using the rectangle tool, we're going to make the stem. Use the ellipse tool to create your top half. There are simpler ways to do this, but for beginners, it's easier to do this. We're going to use our calligraphy tool, our connect the dots tool, and we're just going to make dots across the entire shrub. We're then going to add another set of points, but instead of just placing them there, we're going to drag inwards toward the center. For this last shrub, we're going to give it a shadow just because it's a little bit too boring. Just like the pot, we're going to copy and paste the top half, remove the border, and we're going to cut it in half. We're going to drag our soon-to-be shadow over top of our shrub, and we're going to line it up as best as possible. We're going to remove our shadow one more time, and we're going to make it a darker green. We're going to copy and paste the top half of our shrub again and cut it in half again. We're then going to make the fill transparent. Drag the shadow over top of our shrub, line it up as perfectly as possible. We're then going to drag our outline over top of our shadow to hide the uneven borders. And this is your final product. Make sure to look on my channel for other videos to learn how to turn it into a PNG image. That's it, everyone. Thanks for watching. Make sure to follow me on Miss ClipArt on Teachers Pay Teachers, Redbubble, and Miss.ClipArt on Instagram. Make sure to tell your friends, your family, whoever you know that needs tutorials on Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Photoshop, any digital art tutorials. Make sure to send them here. If you know any teachers, make sure to send them over to Teachers Pay Teachers. My name is Miss ClipArt. Thanks for watching, guys.